Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're peeling back the layers on a specific success story that I think provides a kind of blueprint for how to thrive in a highly volatile
A
sector.
very volatile sector, yeah.
We are diving deep into the world of flexible workspace providers, specifically focusing on VenYou, a company celebrating, 15 years of operation in Belfast, Northern Ireland?
15 years, that's right.
So our mission for you, the listener, is to really move past the glossy brochures and get into the hard mechanisms, strategy, the culture, the operational nuts and bolts that allowed this company to build, extraordinary client loyalty and achieve serious scale.
In a very competitive market.
Exactly. This is a deep dive into systematized stability.
I think that's a great way to put it. When we look at their journey, which started back in 2010, the path from just a single location to becoming a true market leader in Northern Ireland is fascinating.
Right.
Our sources don't just chronicle their growth, they really pinpoint the surprising factors that translated into, quantifiable, sustained success.
Especially in client retention. And when we talk about success here, we aren't talking about vanity metrics.
No, not at all.
We're talking about something tangible that really cuts against the grain of the whole flexible workspace idea.
Client stickiness.
Client stickiness. The average tenancy here doesn't last months. We're talking about clients staying for years.
Okay, let's unpack this and see how they pulled it off.
Let's do it.
So let's start at the beginning, just charting their physical growth. VenYou was founded in 2010, and they launched their first operation at the Scottish Provident building.
Which was a very intentional choice.
Highly intentional, yeah. It established this premium, high-visibility identity from day one.
It was critical for their brand positioning. But what came next was this very strategic, controlled expansion. They haven't just, added random square footage.
Right.
They've anchored themselves in 4 prime city center locations. The original Scottish Provident building, Northern Court, Ascot House, and the very rapid success story that is Thomas House. That's a pretty significant footprint. We're talking hundreds of thousands of square feet of workspace.
And it's all grade A workspace.
Yeah, the sources keep mentioning that. For our listeners who might not be deep in the real estate sector, can you just quickly contextualize what grade A actually implies here?
Sure. It's basically shorthand for the absolute top tier.
Okay.
We're talking about buildings rated highest for prestige, for infrastructure, technological capacity, build quality. This isn't just basic office space. No. It's a guaranteed level of physical excellence. It's designed to meet the demands of, large corporate and international tenants.
And the scale is impressive. They're supporting over 600 companies.
Across so many different sectors.
Professional services, finance, technology, media, healthcare, you name it. But the speed of their recent expansion, that highlights something really crucial about their market timing.
It absolutely does.
Right.
I mean, just look at Thomas House.
Right.
It reached full occupancy within just 6 months of its 2023 launch.
6 months.
That isn't just luck. That level of rapid absorption, it shows they understood precisely what the market needed, and they delivered the capacity at exactly the right moment.
And that kind of immediate success becomes a powerful engine, right? Driving revenue growth and job creation across their whole portfolio.
Precisely.
But that kind of market traction, it has to be built on trust. They aren't just building and filling, they're building and retaining.
Yes.
And that brings us to the core mystery of this deep dive. How do they keep tenants for 6 years in a flexible market where the whole promise is supposed to be short-term commitment?
That 6-year average tenure is, for me, the single most compelling metric in our sources.
It's wild.
If you look at the regional competition, the Northern Ireland average tenancy for a serviced office is, maybe 2 to 3 years?
2 to 3, yeah.
VenYou is nearly doubling or even tripling that average.
Nearly 6 years. I just find that metric staggering because it challenges the fundamental definition of flexible workspace.
It really does.
If a client stays that long, why wouldn't they just go get a traditional long-term lease? What is so sticky that it keeps them in that model for 6 years?
Well, it suggests the VenYou model is providing something a traditional lease can't, and that's operational stability wrapped in growth flexibility.
Okay.
According to their client services director, the core philosophy is creating premium spaces with a personal touch that give businesses the flexibility to grow with confidence.
So they're selling certainty.
They are. They're selling certainty.
But certainty delivered through what? It's easy to say personal touch and premium spaces, but the sources attribute the success not just to the nice buildings,
No.
but specifically to team continuity. This feels like the real differentiator.
It is the most fascinating operational insight. Continuity is cited repeatedly by clients as the key competitive advantage.
More so than the building itself.
Even more so than the grade A building quality itself, yes. We're talking about long tenure for the management team, the front of house staff, and crucially, the housekeeping staff.
It's easy to say team continuity, but in the service sector, holding on to staff for years is a massive operational feat.
It's huge.
What practical benefits does a client get from knowing the same faces are there year after year?
Oh, the benefits are enormous, and they translate directly into efficiency.
How so?
Well, think of the friction you avoid. Clients don't have to repeatedly train new front-of-house teams on their specific needs, their protocols, their visitor management systems.
I see. So it's an administrative saving.
A huge one. Long-serving staff inherently understand the client's business life cycle. They anticipate their need for extra space or more meeting rooms or technology changes. It saves so much time and friction for the client.
So it's like a hidden efficiency subsidy.
That's a great way to think of it. The stability of the staff means the client can just focus on their core business.
Right. Knowing the environment they inhabit is completely reliable. It's a holistic stability package, not just a property management service.
Precisely. That consistent presence fosters genuine trust. And you see that trust borne out by the fact that many original clients are either still with Venue today or have returned after cycling through different needs.
Which just reinforces that 6-year average.
That's meant it, yeah.
So this level of operational stability has allowed Venue to position itself as something much bigger than just an office provider.
Absolutely.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, this continuity has made them a crucial piece of Belfast's economic infrastructure.
That's completely correct. They've managed to successfully tap into the global market. The sources point out that high-quality serviced offices like VenYou have proven critical in de-risking entry for overseas firms into Belfast.
Okay, I want to focus on that phrase, de-risking entry. What specific risks beyond just the monthly rent are international firms avoiding by choosing this model over a traditional lease in a new market?
Primarily, they're avoiding massive capital outlay and legal exposure. Starting a traditional office involves huge capex for fit-outs, for furniture, a big security deposit all before the firm makes a single dollar in that new location.
And then there's the legal risk.
A huge legal risk.
Yeah.
You get locked into a complex, maybe decade-long lease in a country where your legal team isn't familiar with local property law.
And VenYou just removes all of that.
All of it. It offers a rapid, standardized, fully equipped, and legally simplified entry point.
That immediately explains the global appeal. It's a low-friction entry for high-stakes international players.
And we see the proof of that.
Yeah. They've attracted clients from America, Australia, Europe, including absolute powerhouse firms like Deloitte and Baker McKenzie.
And what's really noteworthy is the diversity of their tenants.
Yeah.
It spans from, the sole trader who just needs one reliable desk, all the way up to companies employing over 200 people.
Which shows that this model isn't just a stopgap for startups anymore.
Not at all. It's a critical strategic tool for established, large-scale international firms who need agility, but also grade A security.
Okay, so now that we get the strategic importance and the key success factors, let's talk about the market context. What are the current dynamics in Belfast that are fueling this demand?
Well, the environment is highly pressurized right now. There's a very high demand for quality, flexible workspace.
Right.
And this demand is being compounded by a big structural challenge in the city, which is a limited supply of new office buildings.
So the traditional real estate sector is constrained. It can't meet the growth requirements.
Exactly. This shortage means that service centers are making up a significant portion of the total market take-up.
So they're not a peripheral option.
No, they are a central force in how serious businesses get the space they need in the city. And this market constraint naturally places providers that emphasize quality and stability like VenYou at a huge advantage.
Which means their future outlook is extremely strong.
Very strong.
They're positioned to stay at the forefront by just continuing to deliver that consistent quality service, evolving as Belfast becomes this hub for both global firms and, growing local businesses.
Yeah. They're essentially part of the city's necessary infrastructure now.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? I mean, the success at a top-tier serviced office, it seems, hinges not just on a prime grade A location.
Which helps.
It helps, but it hinges on providing that long-term organizational stability that traditional leases enforce, but without all the contractual rigidity.
That's the crucial takeaway. Venue shows that in this sector, continuity, both in their long-serving team and their incredible client tenure, is not a minor detail.
It's the whole game.
It is the major competitive advantage. This consistency is precisely what allows international firms to leverage these offices for serious, long-term strategic expansion, not just as temporary landing spots.
So we've seen how a commitment to consistent quality and team stability translates directly into massive client loyalty and high retention.
It's an elegant, self-reinforcing business model.
It is, and it leaves us with one final thought for you to consider. If VenYou's average client stays nearly 6 years, what hitting non-rental costs, things like administrative time, legal fees, capital deployment, HR resources, are those businesses avoiding by choosing a model built on continuity, rather than constantly dealing with the churn and instability that's so prevalent elsewhere?
It makes you think.
The total cost of ownership in real estate often hides far beyond the monthly rent. We'll see you on the next deep dive.